Borisap, mirë, polikan, polikultura, polikalos kozmos, mirë, shumë mirë, mirë fare, kësherë, kësherë, pak, ligu, mare si pulie. Ήθελα να μάθω, αλλά εντάξει με τη δουλειά. Καλημετέρι, ευχαριστώ. Ναι, εντάξει, κατάλαβα.
Pashalloku I Janinës. Është pikërisht këtu ku Ali Pasha sundoi për 40 vjet. Dhe çfarë ndodhi pastaj është koka në Stamboll dhe trupi në Janinë. Gjimnazi Zosimeja në Janin, ka që njohur për ne, është pikërisht ky gjimnaz ku studiuan pjesa më e madhe e rilindasve tanë. Vazhdon edhe sot e kësaj dite në fakt të jetë përsëri gjimnaz dhe përsëri këtu shkollohen breza të tërë. Është në fakt siç na thon nga më të mirët në Janin.
It is not only important for the Albanians, but also important for the local society, for the local community of Ioannina. As it's a proof, it's a sign of the impact of the benefactors of Epirus to Ioannina.
And it is still functional?
It's functional, yes. It's a secondary school. It's functional. It's one of the most important. It's the first gymnasium, as we call it, of Ioannina, and has a tradition, goes on with the tradition, I would say, because it has some of the best teachers.
Collaborations with our colleagues from other countries or colleagues that we already have collaboration with Albanian colleagues as well.
Dhe 1870 hebrejve që jetonin diku në Janin dhe që nga nazistët në pjesën dërmuese të tyre u dërguan në kampet e përqendrimit. Shumica në Auschwitz, vetëm 150 mbjetuan. Sot sinagoga ka diku të rreth 50 hebrej të regjistruar, nga të cilëve 30 jetojnë këtu.
There are some examples of cooperation between Greek and Albanian journalists with certain positive results, but as we have realized here during our workshop, there is still a lot to be done. There is willingness, and this is the most important and the most positive element of our discussion, from both sides to come closer and to work together on a wide variety of topics.
Jemi në kalan e Janinës. Kemi qenë këtu në një diskutim që bëhet për marrëdhëniet midis Shqipërisë dhe Greqisë, sigurisht jo në kuptimin politik, por në kuptimin e komunikimit njerëzor, që në këtë situatë kaq të ndjeshme dhe delikate që po kalon Evropa, bëhet gjithnjë e më e rëndësishme, veçanërisht me vendet kufitare. I believe you might be quite aware of what's going on in Ukraine. You follow the news, yeah? And do you see a danger for the Balkans from what is going on there?
I see, of course, a danger because there are pronounced Russian interests in many Balkan countries. The social cohesion after 2 years of pandemic and the ethnic tensions in places like Bosnia-Herzegovina, Northern Macedonia, are flaming up, and the perspective of joining the European Union is still far away for these societies, and the pull factors to the West are weaker than they used to be 15 years ago. So yes, and of course there is the paradigm shift. And the paradigm shift is you can change borders by force.
I live in Prespa and I cover that area. This is a border area, right in the middle between Albania and North Macedonia. So I live in a lake that we share with Albania. Yeah. I think the people always cooperated, even before they thought that they should do that, because the need made them to live like that. I don't see much differences, and most of the time there are communication between people, especially the past 30 years. In the village, for example, where I live, most of the brides come from Albania. So we also have a bilingual village now, and also I have to tell you that the village has about 40 residents during the winter, but almost 100 more people come every spring, and they stay there until the autumn. They're workers for the beans, and they come from the region of Korça in Albania. It's really nothing between the people in everyday life. Politics can make a difference in what is happening, but we can see that the need brings people together.
Kosmas is an Albanian guy. Kosmas, it's a Greek name. And the roofs are not repaired anymore. The trees are not cut. The sheep is not really taken care of. And the village is collapsing because Kosmas left. So at the day he was there, Kosmas returned after 4 weeks. And all of the villagers have fallen on him, asking him, "Where have you been? Come please to my house. I have a problem with the roof." The other guy said, "Come to cut the tree," etc., etc., etc. And Kosmas told them, "No, I'm not going to come because I found a new job in London, and my wife found a new job in London. The schools are better, and I'm getting better paid, so I'm not going to come back." So, and this is really what's happening now with Greeks and Albanians in small places like this village.
Also with the Minister of Tourism, the consultant of and the first step was to visit Albania. Thus, 3 months after the assumption of my duties, December 19, we visited Albania, and we have a series of meetings with the mayor of Tirana, also with the Minister of Tourism, the consultant of the President of Albania, the Archbishop, and all other Albanian authorities. And we have discussed about the widening and the strengthening of ties between our city and our area with Albania. I have met many times with the mayor of Gjirokastër, thus 2 days before the mayor of Gjirokastër visited me in my office and also discussed our future cooperation. I think that both people share common problems, common practices, and I think that there are no problems between the Albanian and the Greek people. Maybe there are problems between the states, and I think that they can, all these problems can be solved with negotiations between the two countries. However, there are no major problems between the Albanian and the Greek people.
Ndej mund në qendër Tiranës, te rruga Durrësit banonim. Tani kemi ardhur në Greqi që kur isha 2 vjeç me prindrit. Jetën e kemi bërë këtu, tash i prindrit faktikisht kanë lënë Greqinë, kanë vajtë në Norvegji. Unë ndeta këtu. Edhe shtyhet.
Çfarë punon këtu?
Unë kam studiuar, jam muzikant. Tash i punoj në customer service në norvegjisht.
Jeton në Janin?
Jetoj në Janin, punoj nga shtëpia, është mirë, shtyhet. Është jetë e mirë është se ka diell, ka njerëz me të cilët je rritur, është një qytet i vogël, shumë i qetë. Si shikoni me natyrë shumë të bukur. Ku ka më mirë?
Në Shqipëri shkon shpesh?
Në Shqipëri shkoj çdo vit, se kam dhe familjen, kam gjyshër, kam ushurinj. Sa më shumë mundemi, tashi dhe me Covidin këto 2 vitet e fundit jo aq shumë sa dëshironim, po tash avash shpresojmë që po kthehet një normalitet.
Ndjehesh këtu mirë, i parabartë, pavarësisht që je shqiptar?
Të them vërtetën, kur isha i vogël, kështu në shkollë fillore, ekzistonte racizëm këtu. Në Janin jo aq shumë sepse jemi shumë shqiptar këtu, ama tashi shqiptarët janë 100% barabartë me grekët, nuk ka asnjë problem. Edhe nuk lejon njeriu të na sillen keq me fjalë, kupton?
There is a pretty good cooperation between Greek and Albania, although in the media sometimes we try to find out the differences because we still think that differences sell more than what the common ground may sell. So operationally, there is a lot of cooperation on what's taking place. We have seen that in the migrant crisis. We have seen that in a lot of cases of organized crime. Even in questions we have differences, like the matters that are connected to the demarcation of the sea rights. There is a lot of cooperation going on. Of course, differences cannot be lifted up from one day to other.
Of course, in many cases, prejudice does play, unfortunately, still a role, and this is something that journalists, I would say, experienced journalists from both sides have to work on and support the young professionals to work in this. I think these are the 2 main factors that create some obstacles, some hurdles, but these are obstacles that can be met in order to have in the near future these types of cooperation more and more.
Lajmi më i shpejt në celularin tënd.